Hey everyone, welcome back to the Love Dogs channel. If you've been following my channel for a while now, you know that one of the first big investments I made in the van was an EcoFlow Wave 2 air conditioner. And you likely also know that I've had some issues with it. At first, I couldn't get the drain feature to work, the water would not drain out the hose, and I kind of fixed that myself by cutting the narrow end of the drain plug off. And then sometime later, the unit actually just stopped charging. So I finally decided to ship it back to EcoFlow. And while I wasn't thrilled about getting a refurbished unit as a replacement for a brand new one, I ultimately decided that it would be better than getting another new one that hasn't been used enough yet to have its issues revealed and fixed. At any rate, I received the replacement unit a few weeks ago and got it set up in the van. It hasn't gotten a lot of use here yet, but I'm about to head south where the temperatures haven't really dropped a whole lot yet, so I'll be getting some good use out of it yet this season. Hopefully this one will last a lot longer than the first one. While I'm waiting for that to dry, I'll show you what else I've done. So I've been looking for a way to hang my rolled backdrops, and I bought some of these rubber clamps off Amazon. There's one clamp here and then one clamp down here. I can still open my cupboard down here and access things. I think this is gonna work just fine. We are back up and running. So far, so good. We'll see. So the other thing that I'm going to work on is this this bottom screw in the trim of the door. The spacer behind it has broken off, the plastic spacer. So what ordinarily would be the case is the screw sits down into this spacer. I'll show you one that is not broken. See the screw down in there? It sits way down in there. But since the spacer on this one is broken, it's detached from the trim. What I'm gonna do is get a longer screw that will actually go through the spacer to the backside that it screws into. There's the hole that it screws into. I don't know that it's important that this spacer stays on, but I'm gonna put it back anyway, just in case it needs some support back there. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a longer screw that will go through the spacer, and then I'm gonna put a washer on this side. So this is the screw that I'm gonna use. It's quite a bit longer than the original. My washer is a bit bent, but this is what I've got on me right now, so that's what I'm gonna use. It's just barely big enough to not fall through that hole. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put the screw in, we're gonna keep the washer on this side, we're gonna put the screw through the spacer. I don't know if you can see this because I can't see the phone. And then we're gonna put the screw into the hole back there. You can see the washer just barely is bigger than the hole, so it kind of wants to fall in the hole on this one side, but that should at least keep this piece of trim screwed down now instead of having it broken and flapping around. So a very, very dear friend and patron bought me a shower room from Joolca. It mounts on the side of the van right there and drops down, and it's just a little bit of a privacy room for, I guess you could put a toilet in there too, but intended to be a shower room. And my brother helped me mount it, so we've got it up, and I'm just gonna show you what it looks like when it's deployed. So I'll just give you a little tour. This corner right here actually will unzip all but about the last 2.5 inches at the top. So this is how you can enter and exit. And once we get in here, you'll see that we've got a couple of mesh pockets at the top here. And then this is called the dry zone, and it zips down. And underneath, it has a little strap that you can hang a towel on. It also has loops at the top, so you could roll this up. But that is, I think, pretty much where you would keep your towel and maybe your clean clothes to keep them dry. And then you just have a wall here and a wall here. And then on this side, we've got a laundry bag, and that just clips on here. There's little clips on the shower room, and then loops on the bag, and it just clips into place on the four corners. And then up here, you'll see we've got zippers at the top, so I could lower that if I wanted to. And then in addition to that, we've got zippers on the corners here where I could, you know, if I had an entrance, a door to the van right here, then I could get in and out of the van, or if my windows opened and all of that, but I don't. There's actually a wall there on the inside of the van, so I don't have access to the van, but that is available for people who do. So it's just zippered on that one side. It's not zippered over here. Of course, there are grommets on all four corners to stake it into the ground. There's a hole in the corner here to route the shower hose through. And then there are clips along the side here to clip the shower hose onto all the way up to the top. And then at the top, if I can reach it, we've got this hook that swings out, and that's where you hook the shower head. This little strip of cloth up here is actually the roof, so I could pull it out, and it sits on Velcro strips on the top of those bars. It sits across on the top bars, and there's a flap that comes inside and sticks to the Velcro right there. This is height adjustable a little bit. You can wrap this material around the inside metal piece to adjust the height. This is the shower room. Really excited to have this, just so, you know, when I'm out off grid, I can still have a decent shower. And with this kit actually came a propane water heater and shower kit. And my patrons on Patreon have seen that setup. I've used it once so far, but I haven't actually introduced that on the channel publicly here yet, but I will soon. So now that I have this room, I will try to do a full video of the whole kit and how it works. But that's pretty much the shower room. Pretty excited to have that. I just want to give another shout out to Terry for getting me this. Really, really glad to have it. Thank you so much, Terry. So these are hex screws, trying to get them loosened so that I can pull this down, adjust the height. And that one is screwed in pretty tight, and I'm basically stripping it. I'm going to try to use the rubber band trick, see if I can get that out. So now it actually reaches the ground, and I can stake it out and have a little bit of room to play with too. So if I'm on a hill or uneven terrain, I've got a little bit of play in that now. And it's still taller than I am, so pretty good. So that's a quick look at my outdoor shower setup that I'm going to be using. I'll do a more in-depth video later, But I just wanted to show you that. And again, thank you, Terry, for sending that to me. That's it for this video. Take care, and we'll see you next time.